Are you waking up 2, 3, maybe even 4 times a night just to use the bathroom? Most men brush it off as normal, just part of getting older. But what if it's not? What if those nightly bathroom trips are actually your body's way of waving a red flag and no one's talking about it? The truth is, this constant disruption has very little to do with drinking too much water before bed. And yet, most doctors never bring it up. But understanding what's really going on, that could change how you sleep, how you age, and how you live. And the best part? Fixing it might be way simpler than you think. There are 3 powerful daily habits that science now shows can improve prostate health dramatically. And the third one? It's the most unexpected and possibly the most effective of all. Stick around because once you understand the root of this problem, your nights might never look the same again. The hidden culprit behind nighttime bathroom trips. Let's start with what's really causing it, and it's something most men have never been told. There's a small gland in your body, often ignored, until it starts causing problems. It's called the prostate. It's about the size of a walnut, sitting just below your bladder. But here's what most don't realize. It wraps around your urethra, the tube that carries urine out of your body. And that position? It matters more than you think. As you age, hormonal changes cause your prostate to grow slowly, steadily. And because it surrounds your urethra, that growth begins to tighten the channel. It's like someone stepping on a garden hose, making it harder and harder for urine to pass through. That's why you start feeling the urge to pee more often. Why your stream gets weaker. Why your bladder never feels fully empty, no matter how many times you go. And here's what might surprise you. This isn't rare. By age 60, more than half of men experience these symptoms. By 70, that number jumps to 70%. But just because it's common doesn't mean it's normal. Most men accept it as part of getting older. But it's not just an inconvenience, it's a warning sign. And what you do next could change everything. So if the swelling is the symptom, what's causing it underneath? That's where things get interesting. The mistake most men make after 60 years where most men go wrong. And honestly, it's not their fault. When those nighttime bathroom trips begin, most guys just shrug and say, "Well, I'm getting older. This is just how it is now." That belief? It's everywhere. Quietly accepted. Rarely questioned. But here's the truth no one is saying out loud. This isn't just aging. It's inflammation. And here's the good news. Inflammation can be managed, even reversed. The real mistake isn't that your body is changing. It's believing there's nothing you can do about it. That kind of thinking leads to a slow decline, more symptoms, more pills, less sleep, and eventually, less independence. But what if there were natural, science-backed ways to fight back? No prescriptions, no surgery, no side effects. Well, that's exactly what new research is showing. Not just 1 or 2 studies. We're talking real data from respected institutions. So why aren't doctors talking about it? Simple. These solutions don't come in a pill bottle. It's time to break the silence. Because once you understand what's behind the inflammation, the path forward becomes clear. And it all starts with something you already do every single day, but probably at the wrong time. Habit number 1, the twist on drinking water. Let's talk about water. Yes, water. Sounds basic, right? But don't tune out just yet. Because the secret isn't how much you drink. It's when you drink it. That one small change could make a huge difference in your nights. Here's what's happening. If you're not drinking enough water during the day, your urine becomes concentrated, filled with toxins and irritants. Those irritants inflame your bladder and your prostate. Now, if you're loading up on fluids late in the evening, you're basically setting yourself up for a 3 a.m. bathroom run. But there's a fix. Urologists call it smart hydration. It's simple. Drink most of your water in the morning and early afternoon. After 6 p.m., cut back. just small sips if you're thirsty. That gives your bladder time to relax before bed and gives you a real shot at sleeping through the night. In fact, studies show men who follow this routine see up to 40% fewer nighttime bathroom trips. That's not hype. That's real, measurable change just from adjusting your schedule. And here's the best part. When your sleep improves, so does everything else. Your mood, your energy, your body's ability to heal and fight inflammation. So that's habit 1 easy, powerful, and free. But what if you could build on that progress with something as simple as a short walk? Habit number 2, a walk that does more than burn calories. Now let me ask you something. What if a short 10 to 15-minute walk after a meal could help reduce your prostate symptoms without taking a single pill? Sounds too simple to work, right? But this is exactly what researchers are now discovering. And it's not just about burning calories. It's about targeting inflammation right at the source. Here's how it works. After you eat, your blood sugar levels spike. If that sugar hangs around in your bloodstream, it creates low-grade inflammation that spreads silently through your organs, your tissues, and yes, even your prostate. But take a short walk right after you eat. Your muscles immediately use that sugar for energy. That means fewer spikes, less inflammation, and more stable hormone levels throughout the day. In fact, one study published in Diabetes Care found something amazing. 3 short walks after meals were more effective at controlling blood sugar than a single 45-minute workout. Just think about that. A simple stroll around the block after lunch or dinner could do more for your body than an hour at the gym. And here's the real connection. Those sugar imbalances? They're a major trigger for prostate swelling and overgrowth. So when you walk after eating, you're not just helping your heart or your weight. You're helping your prostate stay calm, steady, and healthy. It's a small change, but it can lead to big results. And next, we're heading into the one habit that most men never talk about, even though science shows. It might be the most effective of them all. Habit number 3, the conversation no one wants to have. This next habit might make some men uncomfortable. And maybe that's why almost no one talks about it. But they should, because the science behind it is hard to ignore. According to one of the longest-running studies on men's health, conducted by Harvard University, this single habit could reduce your risk of prostate issues by up to 33%. The habit? Regular ejaculation. That's right. Researchers followed over 30,000 men for nearly 20 years. And what they found was eye-opening. Men who ejaculated around 21 times per month or more had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Now, for some, that number might sound high. But here's what really matters. It's not about how you do it. It's not about having a partner. It's about consistency, plain and simple. Whether through intimacy or on your own, regular release gives your prostate a real benefit. Why? Because ejaculation works like a natural cleanse. It helps flush out old secretions, dead cells, and possible toxins that can build up inside the gland. Without that regular reset, those materials can sit and cause irritation, or worse, long-term inflammation. Think of it like rinsing out a filter or an engine. If you never clean it, things start to break down. And this isn't a fringe idea. It's peer-reviewed science from a world-renowned institution. Still, this topic gets avoided, especially by men without a study partner. But avoiding it doesn't make the health risk go away. So if this feels awkward, that's okay. Just talk to a doctor you trust. Because at the end of the day, this is about your body, your future, and your quality of life. Now, here's the bigger picture. These 3 habits, smart hydration, short walks, and regular cleansing, all work together to fight one hidden enemy. And that enemy might be doing more silent damage than you realize. The silent epidemic of inflammation. Now, you might be wondering, what do these 3 habits have in common? Hydration, walking, And yes, even ejaculation. The answer? Inflammation. It's the hidden force driving most prostate problems. Not just swelling, but the pressure, the discomfort, and the frustrating symptoms that follow. And unlike an injury or infection, chronic inflammation doesn't scream. It whispers, quietly damaging tissue over time, reducing blood flow, disrupting hormone balance, and turning one small gland into a nightly nightmare. But here's the good news. Inflammation is often preventable. That's why these habits matter so much. Drinking water earlier in the day helps flush out irritants before they cause harm. Walking after meals keeps your blood sugar balanced and your inflammation down. And regular release? It helps clear out waste from the prostate before it has a chance to build up. It's all connected. And science is finally catching up. But here's the problem. Most men never hear this from their doctor. Not because doctors don't care, but because the system focuses on treatment, not prevention. And lifestyle changes? Let's be honest, they don't sell as well as prescriptions. So before we dive into the final and most surprising part of this story, ask yourself this. If something as small as a walk or a shift in your water intake can reduce inflammation that much, what else haven't they told you? And what if just one 15-second nightly ritual could help speed up all these results? What most doctors aren't saying, by now you might be wondering, if these habits are so effective, why hasn't your doctor ever mentioned them? It's a fair question. And the truth is, for most men over 60, the health conversation is always the same. Check your PSA levels. Do a quick digital exam. Then either wait or medicate. What's missing? Everything in between. No one talks about the small, consistent lifestyle shifts, the ones that could delay or even prevent more serious treatments down the line. No one shows you how to protect your prostate before it becomes a real problem. And it's not because doctors don't care. It's because the system isn't built for prevention, especially when natural solutions can't be patented, packaged, or sold at scale. That's why methods that actually work, like the ones we've covered, rarely get the spotlight. They're not flashy, they don't have commercials, and they definitely don't make billions. But for men who are tired of being told to just live with it, these simple, natural strategies could be the difference between another restless night and real, lasting relief. And if your symptoms are already advanced, or if you're simply looking for faster results, there's one final approach that's gaining attention, even inside the medical community. It only takes 15 seconds right before bed. But what it can do for your prostate, that's what has people talking. The 15-second ritual that's raising eyebrows. By now, you've seen how a few simple habits can completely change the way your body feels and how it functions. But what if there was one more? Something incredibly short, effortless, and surprisingly powerful. This final habit is what many men are calling their secret weapon against prostate pressure. It's not a workout. It's not a supplement. It's just a short, calming ritual you do right before bed. And here's why it works. Nighttime is when your body is supposed to recover. But if your stress levels are still high, if your bladder is irritated, your body doesn't enter that healing state. This 15-second ritual helps flip that internal switch. It calms your nervous system. It quiets inflammation. And it tells your body now it's time to heal. It could be as simple as a breathing technique, a gentle pelvic release, or even a light physical reset you do while lying in bed. The goal isn't intensity. It's consistency. And many men who've tried it say they sleep deeper, wake up less, and feel less of that constant, annoying urge by morning. And many men who've tried it say they sleep deeper, wake up less, and feel less of that constant, annoying urge by morning. It might not sound dramatic, and that's the beauty of it. Sometimes, it's the smallest changes that go the deepest, especially when they work with your body instead of against it. Because when you combine smart daytime habits with calming nighttime rituals, that's when real change begins. Reclaim your nights, reclaim your health. Your body is always speaking to you, especially at night. The real question is, are you listening? Those constant trips to the bathroom, the weak stream, the broken sleep, they're not just random annoyances. They're signals. And now you know what they mean. You've learned there are simple, natural ways to respond, things most men are never told. Smart hydration, short walks after meals, regular cleansing, and a calming bedtime ritual that helps your body reset. These aren't gimmicks. They're backed by real science and aligned with what your body actually needs. You don't have to wait until things get worse. You don't have to rely only on meds with side effects. You can start small and still make a big difference in how you sleep, how you feel, and how you age. So here's your next step. Start today. Pick just one habit and stick with it this week. Then pay attention. Track your sleep. Notice how your body responds. And if this gave you a new perspective, share it with a friend, a brother, a father, or a son. It might feel like an uncomfortable topic, but it could be the one conversation that protects someone's health for years to come. Drop a comment below and tell us, which habit are you going to try first? What surprised you the most? And if you want more science-backed, natural ways to protect your health, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Because your health, it's not just about living longer. It's about living better. And that starts right now.